Have you ever wondered why some people are just obsessed over sports? While stadiums shake, voices crack, and entire moods collapse because a team lost, there's a strange group of people watching all this with one thought. Why does this matter so much? If that's ever been you, this video isn't here to judge you. It's here to explain something unsettling. Not caring about sports isn't a personality flaw. It's a different brain operating system. And once you understand it, the way people around you behave will suddenly make sense. The tribal brain. The human brain evolved for survival in groups. For most of history, belonging wasn't optional, it was protection. Modern sports hijack that ancient wiring. When people watch their team, their brain releases oxytocin, the same bonding chemical tied to trust, loyalty, and family connection. The brain doesn't register athletes on a screen. It registers my people. That's why criticism of someone's team feels personal. You're not attacking a game, you're threatening identity. Now here's the key difference. Some people simply don't anchor their identity to groups. Their sense of self is more internal, less tribal. They don't feel safer or more complete by attaching themselves to collective symbols. This isn't apathy, it's independence. Dopamine and addiction loops. Sports aren't just tribal, they're neurological slot machines. Every pass, every near miss, every final minute. That uncertainty triggers dopamine spikes, the same reward chemical involved in gambling, scrolling, and compulsive habits. The brain loves unpredictability. It keeps the reward system engaged. But here's the divide. Some brains light up from vicarious competition. Others don't. For non-sports people, watching someone else compete doesn't activate reward pathways strongly enough to justify emotional investment. It's not boredom, it's chemistry. And yes, genetics likely play a role in how strongly competition and spectatorship stimulate your brain. Borrowed victory versus internal stability. Sports fans often say we won, but when the team loses, suddenly it's they lost. Psychologists call this borrowed identity regulation. Winning boosts self-worth. Losing threatens it. People who don't attach themselves to teams tend to have more stable self-concepts. Their self-esteem doesn't rise or fall based on outcomes they can't control. They don't need symbolic victories to feel okay. That doesn't make them superior. It makes them internally regulated. Empathy isn't missing, it's redirected. Here's where people get this wrong. Sports fans often show high emotional empathy, just targeted toward athletes and teams. Non-sports people aren't less empathetic. They're selective. Their emotional energy goes into ideas, art, personal relationships, creative work, meaningful causes. Research consistently links low sports interest with higher openness to experience. Same emotional capacity, different destination. Meaning, story versus agency. Sports fans love narrative. Underdogs, comebacks, dynasties, rivalries. It's real drama, but with no personal risk. Non-sports people often reject that trade-off. They don't want stories they can't influence. They want agency. They prefer meaning where effort directly changes outcomes, where investment isn't symbolic. This is the real divide. Spectatorship versus participation. Neither is wrong, but mixing them up causes endless misunderstanding. So if you don't care about sports, you're not missing something essential. Your brain just doesn't outsource meaning to crowds, symbols, or borrowed victories. You're playing a different game, one where the outcome actually depends on you. And in a world obsessed with watching others live, that difference might be your quiet advantage. If this feels uncomfortably accurate, you're probably the kind of person this channel is for. Subscribe, not for motivation, but for explanations that actually make your mind feel seen.